What's going on, my people? Start again. Boom. What's going on, my people? I thought I'd just do a little Q&A for you guys. You would have seen on my story, obviously, that I asked everyone to just hit us up with a little Q&A, and I was going to give you some answers. Make sure you hit up the subscribe and notification button for when I do land a new video. Make sure you hit up all the platforms that we have as well. We've got Instagram, we've got Bully Lair UK and Bully Lair UK Official. TikTok platform, which is Bully Lair UK as well. We've got a website, bullylair.co.uk. We've also got a Frenchie page, which is the Frenchie Office. So make sure you hit up the Frenchie Office on Instagram as well. Appreciate all the support that everyone's given us. And yeah, man, let's get into this Q&A and see what it's saying. You ready or what? It's on the mic, they're going Okay, so yeah, you've never had a dog before. Look into the breed on the YouTubes. Try to look up as much research as you can. Check out all the Bully Lair platforms as well. Make sure you check out the community as well. There's a few good kennels. So yeah, just make sure you do your homework, look into it. Maybe a bully might not be for you for the first dog, so just make sure that you double check and that you look into it. But when it comes to kids and stuff, I wouldn't worry about them whatsoever. They're very good companionship dogs. I have 3 kids myself. They're very friendly. They're very welcoming to people. But yeah, it's the way that you bring dogs up. It don't matter what breed it is, as long as you bring them up right and around kids from early, then they should be fine. Just make sure that you're buying from a recommended kennel or breeder or a good person, and then you should be all right. Just do your research is what my advice would be with that one. More so, bro, I've already done the I don't think I need a protection dog, do you? Hey, this way now. As you can see, I definitely ain't bought the dog for protection. We don't need that in the yard. It's more of something I always used to do. I used to always step on the field about 5.5, 6 years ago with one of my buddies, King Ragnar. He's the king of the lair, always will be. The boy's structure is phenomenal, absolutely out of this world. So yeah, no, definitely something that I've always had interest in. I loved all dogs, I love all animals, I love all dogs. When I step on the field now, I wanted to get a dog that was properly, I would, in my opinion, is properly built for the field, which is a Dutch herder, which is Killy. So you just get a lot more satisfying. These are stubborn, they like to play around. There's a lot more time and effort. Not to say you can't do it with these dogs whatsoever, but you have to be careful of their joints because they're a lot heavier stacked dogs than they would say the working class dogs like a herder and stuff like that. So yeah, no, definitely, I'm just doing it out of some fun and that to get back on the fields of my originals. Boom, the easiest thing for you to do is hit up that video there and that video there, which is already on our YouTube channel. This is part 1 and part 2 of how to feed your bullies. Yeah, COOWNS can work, don't get me wrong, they definitely can. It's not all negative about COOWNS. A lot of people, well, you have to remember, with humans, yeah, they only ever talk about mostly the negatives and not the positives. So listen, COOWNS can work as long as you put everything on the table and you don't hide no clauses and say, oh, I thought this is how we'll do things and I thought this is how we'd do that. Forget all that. Just have it all out on a contract, write it all out. There is certain people that say, oh, contracts don't work, this, that. Obviously, the way we do contracts at the lair, but we have a solicitor actually. Don't get me wrong, that ain't the intentions. That's not the intentions of the contract. We're not here to try to do anyone any wrong. But at the end of the day, people have to understand, as long as everyone agrees with what's on that contract and the co-ownership, and everyone understands from both sides of the table, then there shouldn't have been any problem in the first place. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So the solicitor's signature, you lot all agreeing to this on the paperwork, shouldn't really be a problem whatsoever. So yeah, COOWNS can definitely work. You just got to come together as a team and make sure it works together. Don't just have intentions to say, oh yeah, he's just going to hold a dog for me and then he's going to do what I tell him to do. It's not that. Tell everyone what your intentions is when it comes to co-owning a dog. Everyone has different reasons. They do it for the show ring, they do it just because they want to breed, or they're just trying to keep their generations. So just make sure everyone knows where they stand with them. How did I get Enzo? Let me tell you the story about Enzo. I first see him when he was 2 weeks old at MSB Kennels. I got on well with Stephen. I'll put his page up there so you can have a look. I've got a lot of respect for him. Big up to MSB Kennels. Yeah, so basically, he was 2 weeks old and he showed me a photo of him when he was 2 weeks old. And he said, this one's already sold. And I was just like, oh my God, he is amazing. I just fell in love with him the second I met him. Like I saw a photo of him, shall I say. He just looked like a spitting image of his dad, Hades, which obviously who I love, you know what I mean? Big up to Hades as well, man, which is Enzo and Diablo's dad. And yeah, no, basically, I watched him grow in the UK, always had in plan to put him into my program because, you know, I just knew he was the dog I was looking for my vision and everything. So I got to age where my female could actually breed, So I was looking for a stud and that, obviously, and it came across on the story. I see on an Instagram story a photo of Enzo with the DM me, and I thought to myself, hang on a minute, like, yeah, that's perfect. He's obviously old enough to use. So I hit this page up, and I said to them, yeah, how much is it to use Enzo? I'd love to use him for my program. And they said, nah, bro, he's for sale. And I was like, what? And it was like, yeah, no, he's for sale, obviously for their own reason. And I was just like, nah, man, that's it. I've got to find. This boy was a pretty number, a very, very pretty number, and you know, it wasn't just a cheap little investment, but it was something I knew from the second that it got offered on the table. I had no choice. I had to break the bank for this one. I had to. I knew he was the one for me personally as well. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of you love Enzo in the industry and stuff like that, but I'll be real with you. It's more of a personal thing for me and him. I'll be real with you. I couldn't afford the dog when I first met him. When he was 2 weeks old and the dog was there and I see him, I was just like, you know what, I'd love to own a dog like that, but I could never be able to afford a dog like that. I just carried on doing what I was doing, my vision. I carried on building my program, this, that. We elevated from there, do you know what I mean? So we elevated enough to be able to invest into him when it was the right time. So it was just the right place at the right time, I think, more than anything. And obviously big up to my boy Boss Bullies. I'm going to put their page in there as well for you guys to see, because if it weren't for him and the relationship that I had with him and stuff, then he had the last word who Enzo went to. There was a few people that was after him at the time. There was over 6 kennels that were trying to get him, and I was just lucky enough that you know, big up to Boss Bullies. He was almost like a little mentor when I first started this industry. He would always call man up, make sure how I was getting on, and we'd talk about bloodline. He knew I had a passion for this, so it was a conversation that we could have and we could vibes together. So yeah, I just want to show massive appreciation to my boy Sean at Boss Bullies, and shout out to VIP Kennels as well for the opportunity to actually be able to own the dog. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's where the journey, that's where it started for me and Enzo. Yeah, man, I'll be real with you, it's one of the best things I ever done, and I do not regret it one bit. Thank you for a start. And yeah, boom, we did grow up with dogs. My uncle used to own a kennel years ago. This is how I found my passion for having dogs. Obviously, he had a kennel when I was around 6. He first started in London, and then obviously he converted a cloak cupboard into an indoor kennel for his British bulldog, and I just fell in love with her. She had a litter. He taught me how to hand feed when I was 6. I just loved every minute of it. I just loved being involved in it all. So I used to go around there and drive him crazy. And then it went on to then he, a couple years down the line, I obviously showed him how much I did love dogs. And then him and my dad went halves on a staff for me when I was around 7. Went there, he tried to pretend that I was picking it up for him. And then he said, nah, that's your dog, it's going to go home with you. And it was a white staff called Paddy. That was my boy still. I had it for 12 years. And then, yeah, man, I had my own family by the time my boy left me. And then, yeah, started on from there, bro. That's how I basically got into the love for dog and had them around me from early. I built my first bond with my dog when I was 7, man. Yeah, my opinion for that is, bro, it's very important that you go and look at the stud, and you should definitely go and check it out. People are very good at getting videos made these days and just getting, these reels made, and the dogs look really good on the reels. But obviously when you come and see them in person and stuff, they're not really ticking the boxes that you thought they was. So yeah, it's very important that you put the time and effort into going to see the stud before you just getting the bloods done, going with that one, and then when you're seeing it and you pull up at the clinic, it's too late. You got a second opinion on it all, but obviously there's nothing you can do about it now because you're in a clinic and you've called it on. So yeah, definitely for your sake, for your program, and to make sure it's the right dog for you, definitely go and check him out. And with the pup side of things, it could be a little bit harder. Obviously, if you're buying UK based, then I would obviously advise you to go up, see the pup, see how you like it. And obviously if you've committed to the puppy and stuff like that, and maybe they can send you loads of media and stuff with it. But yeah, as long as you're getting the right content and media, you got to remember most of the dogs that we have in the yard at the minute are our imports and stuff. So I've bought these off of photos and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you just have to trust the people that you're buying off of. Make sure you do your research into it and don't just go and buy off of just a photo, just one photo, just try ask them to send you a few videos and stuff. If you can't make it up and down the UK to go and check the stud out, then that's fine as well. Just with the person that you're inquiring about, people that have studs like myself, we have loads of media and content of all of our studs, so yeah, just make sure the person's feels no way to send you the content of the dog to have a good old look, whether it's a pup or a stud. What would I like to add into my program along with what I already have created? I like to always add mark-off. Mark-off's always played a big part in my program. Most of my breedings I do these days are 2 times mark-off breedings. I just like to keep the consistency of mark-off with the big heads and the nice shoulder stance on them. So yeah, I do a lot of 2 times mark-off. I'm also got a lot of liger blood into my program. I'm trying to now collaborate them two together with obviously the show quality standard structures that we've been building into the lair for the last 5 years. So yeah, basically I'd like to add a little bit of mark-off and liger together with what we've got going on, but with all the dogs that we have in our program now. Would I ever do a bully link up? Yeah, I will. I know I've slacked on that, guys. I know a few people have been driving me crazy to do my own one. As you can see, we've been very busy building at the lair, trying to get foundations in the go. We do pull up to most people's link ups and the shows, so we do try our best to do the bit for the community. But obviously, we just have so much going on behind closed doors with the building and the bloodlines that we're putting together and just everyday life that we just haven't got round to doing it. But it is a priority. It is on our list. The team is working on it behind closed doors, so we will have something up for you very soon. I'd like to get a production link up on the go as well, where all the productions come together that we've produced over the years and to show people, showcase them. Yeah, so boom, my opinion on it, obviously I can only have a slight opinion on it as I haven't done it myself yet. I actually think it's quite a cool idea. More so my reasons why I think it will be beneficial in some respects. I'm not to say to do it all the time, but say for instance you had a female and you come to her last breeding and you was in 2 minds of what stud to use. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, and you've only got the last chance to use this blood, this female, you know, this special one. She might be your foundation, and you know, you might not have another chance to reproduce off of her. So maybe putting the 2 studs that you couldn't decide between and putting them together, and then obviously you go and then DNA the puppies after that to find out who's the sire. That question for me, bro, I'll be real with you. The bully game is as good as it was for me 6 years ago. It's something that I fell in love with from the moment that I met my boy Ragnar. I know what you're saying about that. It's obviously the money side of things, but it ain't all about the money. I understand it ain't all about the money. I understand that obviously, you know, we're out here to try and make a living for our family and stuff. People have invested a lot of money into the dogs and the kennels and stuff. But at the end of the day, for me, the game is getting better for me, because obviously the productions are getting better, the studs are getting better. The UK bully game is like, when it comes to productions, don't get me wrong, it is over fluctuated at the minute. Yeah, so boom, that's the end of the Q&A. Just wanted to wrap up. I appreciate everyone that's interacted with it on the socials, on Instagram. Diablo's happy with it as well. I will do another one down the line in the future. I appreciate everyone that got involved. Again, guys, I do not know it all, innit? I'm just here just telling you about my journey and telling you about what I know. And yeah, I'm more than happy to do this for you guys every now and then and see what you guys are intrigued about. Remember, my people, please, it makes a big difference as well if you could just hit that button for us, hit that subscribe button for us and the notifications, just to let yourself know when obviously we've got new videos coming. Follow all of our platforms, which is obviously Instagram, Bully Lair UK and Bully Lair Official. I've got 2 pages on the Instagram. We've got a TikTok page, which is Bully Lair UK. We've got a Facebook page, which is Bully Lair UK. Basically, all our platforms is Bully Lair UK, yeah? And press like, subscribe and follow on all of our platforms. Remember, all of your follows, all of your love and all the support, it does not go unnoticed. We do appreciate everyone that gets involved in all of our platforms and all of the like entertainment that we do for you guys. Get to know the fucking program. Hit that subscribe button, otherwise I'm gonna light up ads. Okay. Dogs, have him. Take him.
Oh.
Get him, boys.
Oh, all right.